I think if you focus on the no, I think that it's gonna be a really tough road as an entrepreneur. So I have this philosophy in my company, and my entire team knows it, that no isn't an option. All along, people were telling me this wasn't probably the brightest idea I ever had, because in the age of apps and technology, I started the company in 2008, which was, not a good economical time in this country. And you couple that with creating a book, like, you know how many times people are like, so it's a journal, like paper? I'm like, yes, it's a journal with paper. So hearing no was something I was kind of used to, but then hearing no from a major retailer like that was, pretty devastating. If your reason for creating a product or a service is to make money, I truly believe you will have an uphill battle. I truly believe that, because it is not what will drive you every time you hear no. The reason I created my product was it did change my life. And I was watching it at this time change other people's lives. And I was realizing that, our fitness industry is very fragmented in how it communicates to people. And it's like, if you have a six-pack, you should be happy. And that's what the world communicates. And yet that wasn't working for me. And so I think having that passion and literally oozing it to the point where your buyer is like, oh my gosh, this girl's, she's drinking her own Kool-Aid over here. I think that, and I hate even saying that because passion is so overused, but you have to believe in what you're doing. I think second, you have to have a product that works. I had dinner with a friend the other day, and he said, be honest, Ange, do you use a Fitbook? Kind of and I was like, yes, absolutely. It's in my purse. Do you want to see it? I don't create anything that I don't find useful. I don't create anything that I don't use myself. And guess who is the guinea pig for every single product I create? Me. So it's not even just drinking your own Kool-Aid. It's knowing that what you're creating is going to change a life. And that is how I look at every single product. And it may seem so Pollyanna to even say that, but literally so much thought goes into every single detail of every single product. So yes, our innovation pipeline isn't as, jam-packed as some other brands out there, but we put 10 times more thought and care and detail into every single product, so that literally my goal with every single product is to, in some way positively impact the life of the person that picks it up. Sometimes I've also found along this crazy path of entrepreneurship that sometimes the no's that are the most painful end up being the biggest blessing in disguise. I'm going to be honest with you. I would love to say I cried, or I'd love to say I don't stay there long, because I can tell you for every yes that I hear probably 20 no's, or worse, I hear 20 silence, crickets, nothing. And so, if I focus on the no's, or if I even let myself feel it too long, it actually gets in the way of my forward progress. And, so was I bummed out? Yeah. Did I get cranky with my buyer? Maybe. Did I send an email saying, well, that wasn't very nice? Yeah. But, I also know that there is, you never know what can happen 2 and 3 years down the road, right? And so you always handle yourself with class. You always handle yourself with, in my opinion, kindness. And you know what? Maybe I never land those accounts. I don't deal with them in that way for the hopes of landing something in future. I just want to treat people well. But to say that it doesn't cross my mind, well, that was really lame. Yeah, of course I feel that way. But I pick myself back up and I go after, the next deal, because like you said, we're 24-hour salespeople. I don't have long enough to focus on who said no. I'm more intentional on who's going to say yes. This is how these companies do business. And so a lot of people, let's say my, family, I'm kind of venting about a program and they're like, that seems so unfair, da, da, da. No, okay, number one, I signed on for this. And number two, if you can't play with the big boys, then don't play. No one forced me to go into Target. No one forced me to go to Walgreens. So I'm not sitting around feeling sorry for myself, but it is the cost of doing business. And let's be real, Target and Walgreens and Amazon and all these big retailers have been very good to us. They've given us a platform for the brand that we would not have otherwise. I love my business. I love what I do. But at the end of the day, it's just super fun to play this game. And it's super fun to see, your customers reaching goals. I mean, I'm their biggest fan. I still to this day am on social media engaging with my customers because, yeah, of course, those deals with the retailers kind of stink sometimes, and I get cranky about it every now and then. But honestly, we get emails every single day of people that are using our products that in some way, shape, or form it changed their life, and probably give the product way more credit than it's due, because these people are taking the action. These people are changing their lives, not me. And being a part of that, being a part of their story, being a part of their journey to the best version of themselves, that is reward enough for me. The epitome of why I created Fitlook was because I was so sick of being uncomfortable in my own body and wanting to find peace with that. But if I were honest with you, I didn't find that for a really long time. If anything, it exacerbated the problem, because now I'm in the eye of people with this company called Fitlosophy and Live Life Fit. And what do, I'm so focused on what I look like now, right? And now I look back and I'm like, bless your heart. You don't have to be this perfect version of yourself. And by the way, that doesn't even exist. And so I also thought I would reach more people if I was the perfect version of me. And what I've found is the more real and raw and vulnerable I've become in my business, the more people I am able to reach.